People say you only live once. That's wrong. You only die once. You get to live every single day. Every hour, every minute, every second is an opportunity for you to elevate your life and work towards those goals which you hold so dearly, so close to your heart, which means so much to you. And if you really care about them, you can spend 10 minutes just journaling these 4 questions about your own life, what you want to improve, and how exactly you're going to do it. And honestly, your mind will feel so much clearer, so much more direct towards what you actually want to achieve. And there'll be so much less anxiety on a day-to-day basis about what you're doing wrong, because you're going to know exactly what's going wrong at what time, what you can do about it, and how you can fix it. The first question, just to make things super clear, is asking yourself, how do I actually want to live? And what this means is, imagine like you're a completely new person, nothing about your life right now is in your control. You can just choose completely anything about your life. And then just imagine a day in that person's life, like your dream version of yourself. What time do they wake up? What time do they go to bed? What time do they eat breakfast? What work are they doing? Do they go to the gym? Do they spend a lot of time with friends and family, stuff like that? And just write it all down. Just make sure you understand the exact kind of life you want to live. And then once these things are kind of clear to you, it could literally be stuff like you actually want to be able to wake up earlier in the day, and you want to have a better sleep schedule, you want to have a cleaner diet, you want to be more jacked, you want to be more like social and friendly to other people. You can write down all of these things, and then now that you have them written down, you can begin to take action to move towards them. Question 2. What is the 20% of my life that causes 80% of my problems? And I want you to write down 3 things for this. Because if you're in like the self-improvement space, you might know about the 80-20 rule about, you know, 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort, 20% of the effort and the work you put in. But the inverse is also true. 20% of the things in your life can cause 80% of your problems. And just writing down and journaling 3 things which cause you the most distress and discomfort in your life would really help iron out to you. And once you kind of numb it down to 3 things, the problem, the stress in your life just seems to shrink so much, because it seems like there's only 3 things affecting it. It might be like you're worried about your school grades. It might be like relationships. It might be people in your life. You could write down who are the 20% of people in my life causing 80% of the problems. But then they might also be like the same 20% of the people in your life causing 80% of the benefits in your life. If it's like your parents, for example, when they're giving you guidance, but it can hit you hard, it can make you feel sad, distressed, for example. And really just learning this about yourself is going to elevate your experience of life, because now you can actually begin to cut out problematic things in your life that aren't that important. It could be scrolling on TikTok is actually making you really distressed because you waste a lot of time. It might be junk food. It might be like lusting, things like that, which really pull your energy away from your goals. And because of that, you begin to feel really stressed out because you're lacking time. But just make sure you are writing this down, by the way, otherwise you won't be able to keep track of everything as easily as I'm just saying it right now. Question 3, why am I not successful yet? This is a really deep question, because even if you're a kid or something, don't like bitch about it, because there are like 14, 15, 16-year-old people, young adults like 18, 19, 20, who are millionaires, who are rich, who have everything you want in life. And just write down, what is the difference between them and you? What have you done that's not enabled you to be that kind of person? If for example, you want to be like a footballer, for example, and you're not really good yet, it's because maybe you haven't been putting in work for the last couple of years, for example, and it hasn't added up for it, or stuff like that. Or maybe if you want to start posting on social media, maybe you haven't even got an account yet, and you want to have a goal of actually being like a creator or something. And maybe the fact you didn't take a step towards that yet is the reason you haven't achieved it. Isn't that crazy? And just write down a list of reasons why you're not successful yet. What's wrong in your everyday life that stops you from being successful? Do you waste time scrolling on TikTok? Do you waste time with people that you don't really need to spend time with, for example? And finally, this is my favorite question. In what ways am I still a piece of shit? And I know it kind of isn't worded amazingly, but what it means is it's asking yourself, in what ways are you still a bit of a dickhead to the people around you, to other people in your life, to yourself? In what ways do you not always treat people in the best way you could, and treat yourself in the best way you could? And this could be stuff like scrolling on TikTok. I've said this like 3 times now, but just wasting time chasing instant, cheap gratification like dopamine on TikTok, Instagram, eating junk food. That is literally making your life worse. It's a form of self-harm. And if you are doing that to yourself, you are a bit of a piece of shit in that aspect of life. And honestly, just write down a list of reasons. It can be really oddly specific. The more specific it is to you, if it's like, I tend to scroll every day when I get back from school for 30 minutes, when I get home, that makes it so much more actionable, and you can actually take action to not scroll next time you come back from school, to not eat junk food next time you wake up in the morning and no one's home to stop you from it, for example. And honestly, just journaling these 4 questions, really spending at least 10-15 minutes just writing down list of reasons for different questions and really trying to link it together, you'll naturally start to form different thoughts and plans of action to actually stop these mechanisms from ruining your life. And you're going to be able to achieve your goals so much more easily. Thanks for watching. I can subscribe. That'd be nice.